pair of wise tights, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel. Wrap this skin on dice and woes alike. Love the pride, look at her eyes. What's the meaning of life? One subject to paradise, crystal chandeliers, motions reflected. Often mirrors appear, quick, grinning fears appear. Rain, killing the flame, close to she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and I'm joined already by my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He must have had a good day yesterday. Did you have a good day, Drew?
The truth is what you can see.
Tell us about it. I know you must. What were you, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0? What were you last night?
5-2.
5-2 last night. Oh, I tell you what, that's not bad considering what you were struggling the day before, right?
That's all right.
Wait, what do they call it, Drew? Gambling. That what they call it?
Yeah. Baylor might have been the easiest money ever.
Dude, I tell you what, the only good thing about OSU is that they're playing these top teams. They're not getting blown out. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I'm saying, Drew? They play hard. They're not getting blown out.
Baylor was a bad matchup for them. Oklahoma State's weakness is guard play, and
Baylor's straight.
Baylor even missing their best player was dominant.
Hey, I was gonna say this. I was watching, and I tell you what, dude, West Virginia. Does anybody want to see them in the Big 12 tournament?
No, they're tough, and Iowa State's on a downslide.
Yeah, but still, they went to Iowa State and won. I mean, it wasn't like,
so did OU and OSU.
I guess that's true. Well, I can say that's a plus. I never won there, so I can't really say anything. You know, never won there, never won in your part of it though. And I was gonna say this too. Are you going to the game tonight? You're not. You're going tomorrow night. Well, you're not going because LeBron's not playing. Did they say he wasn't playing? Right? LeBron's not playing. LeBron's not playing tomorrow, right?
No, he's not playing. And you see the bottom of the ticket market those tickets that were right next to Randy's went from $318 to $92.
Oh God! So they're just trying to give them away now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're giving them away now. I mean, that's basically face value.
Yeah. Well, you know how that is. That's what you get for going in and buying tickets, thinking, blah, blah, blah. They should have known better. LeBron doesn't play in Oklahoma City, whether he played for the Cavaliers or whether he played for Miami or whether he played for the Lakers. He doesn't play here. He just doesn't. I don't know what he has against Oklahoma City. I mean, he must have met a girl that messed him over or something because he doesn't play here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with that. But you know what? I saw something. I think it was Rick Bucher, and he was talking about how, that players not playing. Everybody plays now, pretty much. Jalen Brown did not play last night for the Celtics, but for the most part, at this time of year, everybody plays. But you know what he said? Cut the game down from 48 to 40. Make it 10-minute quarters instead of 12-minute quarters. And I was like, you know what? Are you really going to miss 2 minutes? Drew, are you there?
Are you there? Sorry, I missed you. You cut out of me there for a second. Sorry, buddy.
I said,
I caught your Jalen Brown, and then I lost you.
Rick Bucher was like, he said, cut the games down from 48 to 40. Are you going to miss 8 minutes, 2 minutes a quarter? I don't have any problem with them cutting it down from 48 minutes to 40 minutes.
What's his reasoning behind trying to shorten the game?
Yeah, because his point is, if you try to, cut down on number of games, then they're just going to play less games. So if you say 72, they're going to play 55. They're going to play less games. So cutting the number of games is not going to matter. If you cut the number of minutes, that might help.
2 minutes, yeah.
If you cut back on back-to-backs,
I don't know.
That might help.
Seems like you're splitting hairs there to me. 12 minutes. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is the back to backs.
Right. I'm saying if you cut down on, well, they've already cut down on the number of back to backs. There's not as many as they used to have, but at the same time,
Or
they
if you're
still don't play.
like if you're playing on the West Coast at 9:00, and then they got you playing in Oklahoma City the next day at 6:00, and you're only 18 hours in between games. I mean that happens every once in a while too, which is ridiculous.
Well, what they try to do is they're trying to make the schedule to where now when you play, you stay in the same city. So what they're trying to do is you come down and you'll do Oklahoma City and you'll do that the next night, but then you skip 2 days, day in between or something.
Right.
So they're trying things, but to me it's really simple. Just mandate that you play all of your array games, especially if you only play in the city one time. If you play there one time on the road, like if you're East Coast playing a West Coast team or Western Conference team, then you play that game. If you're going to miss games, miss home games because then you have 41 of them. Now, you're still going to run into the same problem because kids or whatever, or at least give them a day notice the day before or something. But a lot of times kids buy those, at Christmas time, a Christmas gift.
Yep.
Like
I said, thank God I didn't buy tickets earlier in the week. I told myself I wasn't going to until Wednesday.
Well, you talked about that, remember? We talked about that.
They'll be $50 by game time tomorrow night.
Yo, but you're not going to go even if it's $50 anyway. Are you?
Oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the game. It's still the Lakers, but I wouldn't be surprised if AD sits out. You watch. They're going to play. They play Memphis tonight. They're a 10-point dog tonight at Memphis. If AD plays the whole game, you watch. He may not play tomorrow either.
Well, the whole thing is, if they beat Memphis, he can afford to take a game off. If they lose Memphis, they got to play. He's got to play.
Yeah.
They can't afford to lose back-to-back games. They can't afford to do that because, now, Drew, when you pull up what the West standings are right now in the West, you look at the Thunder are 28-32, the Lakers are 29-32, and the Grizzlies don't matter because they're 36-22.
Say that one more time. I want to make sure the commander heard that. So, what was that record again?
The Lakers are 29-32, and the Thunder are 28-32.
Okay. Just making sure we heard that
4-game
right.
lead now. But anyway, but the Grizzlies are 29-23. 36-23. They're not going to lose at home against the Lakers.
No, it's disappointing because normally the Lakers play the Grizzlies pretty tough at Memphis for whatever reason. That's usually a pretty good atmosphere. LeBron usually plays better under the big lights. Tries a little harder for whatever reason. High cider. But I don't know, man.
And plus, that's a short flight. What is that about?
If he's out 3 weeks, the Lakers are done.
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he's done.
Yeah, and he might be done for the year. If like I said, he's going to go ahead and cash them in. They come back and they're still in 13th or whatever. I think his goal was to not be in the play-in game, and if they're going to be in the play-in, he'll just hang them up.
Well, the whole point is, and what would that make it now, Drew? He's made the playoffs. What? One time out of 5.
2 out of 5. Yeah.
The greatest player ever comes to the West, and he's 2 out of 5. Which is what I've always said.
It's amazing. And it's Father Time's undefeated, and his body's just breaking down. I mean, look at all the injuries he's had this year. Just the small ones seem to just take him out. I mean, a foot injury, but they're not releasing what it is. I mean, what is
Drew,
it?
But
have you seen?
It's his bottom. It's the bottom part of his foot, whatever it is.
Right.
So, and you've had ankle problems,
like a stress fracture,
probably something
deal.
like that. Yeah. But you know what? You would think if you design your own shoe, you would make sure your shoe your shoe is different than what you put out on the market. You would think.
Yeah, you would think so.
I mean, but Drew, he's been hurt since he got to the Lakers. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
He hasn't had 1 year, I don't think, where he hasn't been hurt.
I don't look, like I said, he's probably got 1 more year left in LA, and that's about it.
Well, the whole point with the Lakers, they've got to make a decision this year about Anthony Davis because they're not going to trade LeBron.
I think they got to keep Anthony Davis. I mean, we've talked about this before.
He doesn't play.
Yeah. Well, either that or you got if you're gonna, yeah, you're right. If they do need to make a decision, because if you are gonna trade him, you got to trade him this summer to get anything out of him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You trade him this summer, and then you get you some picks back. You do something to get back in the deal, and you got to build for the future because LeBron clearly is broken down. He's not going to be able to carry a team. You've got a nice little group of players around him right now. So you go out, you get a couple players, and you can do something. You know what I mean? You go do something. So some idiot dude, Drew, is walking in front of my yard, and Ace is not having it. Well, dude, what do you? I don't even know. Some weirdo, dude. You know those guys that have dropped. You know, they walk in your yard and they put those little flyers on your porch. Well, he got ready to walk up on the porch and he heard Ace. He turned around and looked, because I can see him at my window. He turned and looked like, "Oh, what was that? Yeah, you have a 90-pound pit bull ready to come get you, bro. Get off my porch." Now, when it comes to the Thunder game tonight, I know you. I noticed you did not do a Thunder thing tonight.
You know, I don't think I saw a line when I did that earlier.
It's 2.5 over and under 241. The Thunder are plus 2.5 tonight against the Kings, and SGA is out. SGA is out again without an ankle.
I mean, I don't see how you can take the Thunder with SGA out. I mean, I'd probably.
I mean, the question is, can we score 241 points without him? I mean, you know what I'm saying, Drew? Can we score 241?
No, that's what I was saying. I would probably lean towards the under. You know, without him in the lineup, where are you going to get points from?
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, when I was sitting there looking at what we've done, you know, because we average 117 points a game. Okay, it's what we average as a team, and I just don't see. I mean, I just don't see how we scored 115. I guess the other night.
I just got a text from a buddy of mine with the Thunder that I called for tickets, and he said hearing SGA is probably out for Laker game.
Yeah, SGA is gone. I think he may be done for the rest of the year, Drew, or for the next week or so. And if he's going to miss,
are they going to start tanking?
Well, let me see where we are right now as far as the schedule is concerned. We had 25 games left, and we played. So we have 22 games left. And then, of course, we have 5 home games in this next stretch. We play Sacramento tonight, the Lakers tomorrow, Utah on Friday, and Utah on Sunday. So he's got to be back for the Utah games at least. You can afford to lose him today and Wednesday, but you've got to have him down the stretch. You've got to have him for those 2 Utah games. You can't afford to lose to them simply because Utah is right there in front of us. You know, when you look at Utah, the Jazz are 31-31, and we're 28-32. So we'd be 28-34 going into that, and depending on who they play, would depend on what's happening with that. But still, you got to be able to catch. You got to be able to step up. And right now, the Blazers are 29-31, but we got to sneak a win in one of these games. You got to beat the Jazz. I mean, the Kings, or you got to beat the Celtics. And I just don't. I mean, the Lakers. I don't see it happening unless he doesn't play. Anthony Davis. Or if he shows up,
that's what I'm saying. If you have no SGA, I guarantee you Davis won't play.
Yeah, so you'll have scrubs against scrubs is what you'll have. I don't mean that. I won't say scrubs against scrubs. That's not a good analogy. But you'll have B-line players, and Josh Giddey still has not been able to make that jump yet to be a dog. Yet he's still in that passive road. Because I was watching the other night, Drew, and they're letting J-Dub take the ball off the dribble and be more aggressive than Josh. And plus, Lou Dort, you know, he led the team in shot attempts. I'm like, how does Lou Dort lead your team in shot attempts?
Yeah, that should not happen.
I'm telling you, the coach. I tell people, you have to have a coach that goes, listen.
If Lou Dort's if Lou Dort is the one that's
leading your shot attempts,
leading your shot attempts, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. And that's what I tell him. I said, dude, but they just let him do whatever. They don't put him on this coaching staff has no credibility as far as putting people in their place. You need somebody to step in and go, look, here's your role, here's your role, here's your role. Now, they did that to Trey Mann, But they do the same thing to Dort. Look, you don't need to be shooting no more than 10 times a game max. That's the
Yep.
maximum you should shoot a game, not 17. We're not going to win with you shooting 17 times because of 17 shots. You're going to have at least 8 bad ones or 9 bad ones. Those are lost possessions. That's 16 to 24 points right there that you're
Yep.
going to lose because of your shot selection. You can't afford that. But once again,
No.
like I said, this coach, he costs us 6 to 8 points a game because of his coaching. And it's just frustrating to me. I'm sorry. Frustrating to me. Anyway, the keys to the Thunder game tonight, Drew, are simple. They're going to have to get off to a good start, which you and I have talked about how many times to exhaustion. You and I talk about them getting off to a good start every quarter. They got to play within themselves, which understand, here's my game. This is what I do. I can't go out and shoot 43s, which is ridiculous. And then we got to continue to move without the ball. So if you're moving without the ball, you're not standing on the outside shooting threes if you move without the ball. And then once you get in a close game, you have to make plays down the stretch, which we did not do. And the question is, will they be able to do that? I don't know. But once again, somebody was telling me about coaching staffs and, Thunder's cheap. I go, the Thunder, you can hire a coach. Don't you agree, Drew, that you don't have to pay top dollar to? You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
That
And
you can,
as many upcoming draft picks that they have coming, I mean, to me, it's a good job. I mean, for a good young coach, you get in there, somebody that's respected, somebody that's gonna, I don't know, somebody like Boston kind of guy.
Yeah, like Missoula, he came
system.
in. Yep.
Yeah.
But you remember
like
though.
That
but
not,
you remember
not
though.
Take any BS and go from there. I mean, I think that's what they need to look for.
Yeah, I mean, my deal is this: is that you bring somebody in that's not your buddy, okay? Billy Donovan and all that stuff. Billy Donovan cost us Kevin Durant, without question. Okay, he cost us Kevin Durant. He was the final nail in the coffin for Kevin Durant leaving. And but anyway, you need to find you some young guy, come in and say, listen, this is how much we're going to pay you. And then if you win, we'll give you an incentive-based contract. If you win so many games, you get us the playoffs, you get this or whatever. And do an incentive later and put this team, because you got good pieces. You have an all-star in the SGA. You have an up-and-coming all-star, an up-and-coming star in Josh Giddey. You've got a really good defensive player in Lou Dort. And then on top of that, you've got Chet, which I don't know what the hell Chet's going to do. I don't think he's going to do anything, and I know you really don't think he is either. Even though you rag on you and the commander rag on me about it, y'all tease me just because you know how.
You're gonna be an all-star, man, all-star.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying. You just try to do that. But so anyway, that's what I think the Thunder need, because you're at the point now where the coach we have was great for what you were trying to do at the time. Now that you're trying to win, you can't afford to have a guy who gives away 6 or 8 points a game. That costs you a ball game. He's cost us several games right now simply because of substitution pattern and understanding the game. He just doesn't get it. So that being said, Drew, in NBA scores last night, the Pistons lost to the Hornets. Oh, what about your boy out for the rest of the year? Ball. What's up with his family?
And you know what? And they were about to shut him down too. Like, what was it, 2 weeks ago for foot and ankle problems, and he breaks his foot or whatever he
ankle,
did.
Yep. So LaMelo's out. I mean, Jordan just can't get a break, huh? He just can't get a break, it seems like. And then, of course, the Heat. Did you had the Sixers or the Heat last night?
I had the Heat.
You had the Heat last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
101-99. And the Heat just, I mean, the Sixers, I don't understand them, Drew. I don't get them.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat's a tough matchup for Philly too, because the Heat's long. They can get up underneath their shooters, and Philly. I liked the Heat last night in that game strictly because the Sixers are coming off 3 big games in a row against top flight competition, and they had to play the Sixers, who are kind of a bruising type of team. I think they were gassed. That was a good spot to bet against them, and they got beat. I wish I'd have had the Heat money line in that game.
Yep. Then, of course, the Knicks Jason Tatum was a no-show last night against the Knicks. How do you play bad in Madison Square? At MSG, how do you play bad at MSG? That's the one place. That's the mecca of basketball, and you don't
Mhm.
show. You're a no show. That's Jason Tatum to
Yep.
me, though. I mean, sometimes he's great. Most 80% of the time he's great, and then he'll lay an egg every two out of every 10 games. He'll lay an egg. I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, again, this is kind of that time of the year. I don't know. With the Celtics, they might be in Cadillac mode too. I mean, what are they? 5 games back of the Bucks? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, no, it's what are they? I think they're close. Aren't they better than that?
Let's see
Yeah,
here.
I think that's right.
I was thinking they were 5 games. Let me look.
They are.
Like,
They are. They are.
Oh, they're just one game.
One
They're right
game.
there with them.
Yep, they're one game with.
It's Philadelphia that's 5 games back, 4 games back. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Boston needs home court advantage, so they really can't be taking any nights off. So that was just a bad game. That's a bad game for him.
Yeah, that was a bad loss for them for sure.
Yeah.
Then of course the Knicks are just rolling, dude. I tell you what.
Yeah, they're coming along. 36 and 27. They have to be one of the surprise teams of the league.
They've
right
won.
now.
They're 8 out of 10. They've won 8 out of their last 10. They've won 6 straight. But a lot of it has to do with what you and I talked about. Is that Thibodeau said, look, we're not playing everybody. Okay, we're going to cut it down, and we're going to play this many people, and this is what we're going to do. And since they made that move, Drew, they've been on a run ever since. He's like, look, we're not going to play everybody. We're not playing 12, 13. We're 8, 9 deep, and this is what we're going to do, and we're going to win games. And the Thunder can't seem to get that. I don't know what it is with them. I don't understand it. Look, you're in playoff mode. You can't play 11, 12. You can't. You got to stick with the 8 or 9 guys. You got it's like your boy Jay will play 13 minutes. 13 minutes as a starter.
Yeah, he needs to play. He needs to play more than that.
13 minutes. I mean, I don't.
We're gonna find, and you're gonna find out real soon if what the Thunder are doing, right? I mean, if they lose tonight and SGA doesn't play against the Lakers, and let's say
he doesn't play against Utah, and he doesn't play against Utah.
Yeah, and if they lose 4 or 5 in a row, they might just put the brakes on the whole thing and start Cadillacing and looking for that draft pick, getting those ping pong balls together.
Well,
which will be sad because this team is young and fun to watch. I think they just need to play it out, and get these guys playing as much as possible. Because I mean, in my opinion, that's the only way they're going to get better is they keep battling and get some momentum going into the summer. And I don't know, just try to get some sort of simulation of a team of what you're going to have next year.
Yeah, well, to me, to me, I've talked about it ad nauseum. You know who you got to play. You've got to play SGA, Josh, Dort, J-Dub, J-Will, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, and then you've got, Poku's never gone, but then you've got, because Jeremiah Robinson Earl, he hasn't given you anything since he got back from injury. He hasn't given us anything.
No.
Zero.
No.
Since he's gotten back.
He's the one I thought they would be that'd be odd man out.
Yep, and then you got, so between him and then you've got Kendrick Williams, who is up and down, and then you've got Aaron Wiggins, who's up and down, because you don't play him enough. You just need to go, look, here's the 9, Lindy Waters and Omen, you all those, hey, you're a G League player. Okay? You're a G League guy.
Yeah.
Then, I understand they gave him $3.8 million for 2 years, which was really only guaranteed for 1. So I get all that. But that being said, what you're basically doing is you didn't guarantee a second year. My deal is, you can't play these guys. Not now. You've got to win. Or, like you said, or are you trying not to win? Are you given the appearance of winning, trying to win, but not when actually trying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it seems like to me. But I want to give Sam Presti more credit than that. But in games today, though, bro, there's some good games tonight that I'm looking forward to. You've got the Pistons at the Hornets. Oh, wait, that was last night. Why not put that up? That was last night. I didn't put up the games today. What the hell?
Well, you got the Wizards at the Hawks.
Yeah, what I did is I did.
That's your early start there. That Hawks should just bury the Wizards. Wizards are they're to almost be on Cadillac mode. Although I didn't realize they're only 4 games under 500. But in the East, that's not going to get you in there.
No, it's not.
So they are the 10 spot. They're the 10 spot right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking. Okay, here it is. For some reason, I did not have it all the way
So
up.
they're still in the playoffs. They're battling with Indiana and Chicago to get in that play-in spot. So that might be a little closer. I didn't really look at that game very hard. The Bucks and the Nets. The Nets are in a free fall. Even though they're close, they have zero shot. I don't think of winning anything. Their whole team's gone, decimated. They're gonna. I'll be playing against them the rest of the year.
Just like that, huh? You ain't even holding back on that, huh?
And the Bulls and the Raptors playing in Toronto tonight. Toronto laying 4.5. I think the Bulls are in a free fall. They're missing some guys. They're struggling right now. I don't know what they can't do to fix their L's, but the Raptors are a much different team playing in Toronto.
Okay, yeah, so here it is. I finally got you. You got Bulls and the Raptors, and you got the Nets. Yeah, I agree with you. Who knows what the Raptors are doing right now?
It's surprising that the Bucks aren't more than a 6-point favorite against the Nets tonight. Yeah. I don't think that game's going to be close.
Then you got the Wizards at the Hawks, and the Hawks they've got to figure that out.
We kind of just talked about that. The Hawks are a different team at home, and Vegas is showing that with making them an 8-point favorite. 8's a lot.
Plus, they got their remember, and they got just Quinn Snyder should be coaching.
Yep, I like that hire.
I do too. I just think Quinn is probably just evaluating because this is
Quinn would be a nice head coach for the Thunder.
Yeah, he would have been, but he was expensive. He's not going to be cheap. He's not going to be cheap. No, that's for sure. But when I look at what he's going to do, you did all that thing. You got DeJounte Murray.
Yep.
You bring Murray in, and then he doesn't do anything because the way that they're running out, they did not exploit him at all and maximize his ability, and I think Quinn will definitely do that. Lakers at the Grizzlies, what do you think?
Man, the Lakers usually show up without LeBron. Everybody kind of steps up their game. They've had a day rest. They're not coming off a back-to-back, but not having LeBron out there tonight, Memphis could get loose on them. It's 9 points, 9.5 points. I like the over. I like that over 230 because without LeBron in the game, that thing's going to go up and down because he likes to walk the ball up the floor, and I don't think they're going to do that tonight. So I think the safe play in that game's over 230.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Then of course you got Kings at the Thunder, and we just talked about that.
Man, just without SGA, I would struggle to play anything on the Thunder. I mean, I think the under might be the play there.
Yeah.
And being these two teams just saw each other a night ago, so there's not going to be any surprises. They just played each other, so you would think the defense is going to step up a little bit tonight, maybe have a little bit of advantage towards a better defensive team. That may keep Oklahoma City in it. I don't know. They might be able to pull it off. I'd take the under though.
Yep. Then of course the Nuggets at the Rockets.
Rockets are terrible. The Nuggets should just pound them. Rockets are going to get the number 1 pick, probably.
Yeah, again. They'll be in the consideration again. The Pacers and the Mavericks.
I look for the Mavericks to pound them tonight. They should be a little irritated about blowing that 26-point lead against the Lakers. I tell you what might be a good bet is taking the Mavericks in the first quarter.
Yeah, that might be a good one. I agree with that. They're going to be looking to really do something after that. I mean, that was because that was a horrible loss.
Let me see what that line is for a first quarter. I guarantee it's probably it's 3. Let's go ahead, Matt.
And then you got the Spurs and the Jazz. So
again, the Spurs are in full Frank the Tank mode.
Yeah.
How does he keep his job? There might be a coach OKC can lure. He's gonna be gone in San Antonio. That's terrible,
dude. I think he's just at the point where he's just going, hey, let's get past. Let's give me some more players. Let's build through the draft. That's what he's looked like.
Yeah,
he's doing.
Nuggets. Let's see. Mavericks are -3 first quarter. Good call, Drew.
Oh, how'd you figure that out?
Yeah, I just look at you. I'm gonna play that right now as we speak. Anyway, go ahead.
Nice that you get one in while we're talking.
Yeah.
T-Wolves at the Clips.
Man, they were one of HuskerDrewPicks.com pick there tonight. I got the T-Wolves plus 7 points or 6.5, I think is what it is. I like the T-Wolves tonight in that spot.
Yep. I agree with you too. I like the T-Wolves over the Clippers, especially after Clippers. How about them benching
Yeah,
West? How about them benching
you got the Russell Westbrook effect too.
Dude, how about them benching him?
Yeah.
Did you see that the other night where Ty Lue, he's like, "Oh yeah, come sit down. You know, you're not gonna be out here running around doing whatever. Come sit down. You didn't run the
No.
play, then you didn't play defense, and then you did something else. Yeah, no, you're not doing that. You're not running. Here's our system. This is what we're doing. If you're not gonna do it, sit down." And unfortunately, no other coach would do that.
Does he make the playoff roster?
He's got to step up. And I just don't think, Ty Lue is not going to put up with the nonsense that we put up with in Oklahoma City. He's not going to pull up with what Scott Brooks did and what Billy Donovan did and, everywhere else. They're not putting up with that at all. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
Not happening. He's not going to do it. Blazers at the Warriors. Huge game.
I like the Warriors there tonight, laying the 4 points. That's one of my. I didn't put that on Husker Drew picks. I've been kind of doing a little research on it, but I like the Warriors there in that spot.
Okay, and then
that's a late game on. I think that's a late game on TNT too.
Yep, 9 p.m. game. So then, of course, we're going to take this time to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate Russell and those guys for keeping us up and running. If you got any needs for any computers or any software to be written for you to make your office run smoother, or you need website design and all that stuff, they are perfect to help you with that. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, holler at my guy Mark Long before they go to this wedding this week, before they go to Mexico. Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose Fierro. If you got any needs for any rocks to be moved or any dirt, he is your dude. Greg and Max Nafee, as always, appreciate them supporting me and everything I do, as well as YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do. They are an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. They're also, if you want to pre-qualify online, you can do that at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see the guys because they are a personal banking personal banking system, and they prefer you to come in and holler at Nathan Taylor or Carson Wright or the Horn Man.
You gotta go see the Horn Man.
You gotta go see him. And of course, we appreciate their sponsorship for us for Black, minority, and women-owned businesses for us to do live remotes. And we're supposed to be today at George's Happy Hog, 712 Culberson Drive. They're open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7. You can call for catering and events at 405-525-8111. And we will be there on Friday. I stayed in today because I got stuff to do, and I'm going to the Thunder game tonight. I didn't want to move all my equipment and that. So being a little lazy, Drew, I guess you could say that. I didn't want to move all my equipment and do all that and then turn around and move it again tonight. I hate when we do remotes the same night we have Thunder games because I move all my stuff and then turn around and have to move it all back. So and set everything up tonight for the game. It drives me nuts. Now, as far as your picks, boy, you've got a full load on the college basketball. God dang, bro. You have Virginia -6.
Look for the Wahoos come out firing tonight. They lost their former coach, passed away yesterday, and coming off 2 losses, bad loss at Carolina, and catching Clemson, who sometimes is offensively challenged. So I really like the Hoos tonight.
Yep, and then the St. Louis Blues. No, not the Blues. St.
Louis tonight's kind of a crazy game against VCU. I like St. Louis there. I think 6 is too many. Give me St. Louis plus 6 points.
Did they get a new arena? Because I know when we played them in St. Louis, we played like in some that had like a. It was not very cool. It wasn't a very nice place. It had like a little balcony thing to it. I'm like, are we in a junior high school? I mean, where are we at?
Yeah, you would think they probably did.
Have changed or moved to a different place, I would think. Butler +9.
Yeah, too many points there for me. I mean, you got to play in Hinkle. I think Hinkle's worth at least 5 or 6 points to you. And I've been against Marquette all year. I think they're overrated. I think whoever gets to draw them in a 14 seed or a 12 seed, a 12-5 possibly, I think they're primed for an upset in the tournament.
Then of course you got. Go ahead, talk about your Cornhuskers.
Hey man, Hoiberg's got him going up there now.
Yeah, he
Now
does.
watch out. There's going to be a big crowd in Lincoln tonight at Pinnacle Bank. Michigan State's just really fallen off. I think Izzo's lost that team, and those guys have melded in. I don't know if you've watched Michigan State at all over the last couple of weeks, but those two teams are going in opposite directions. So Nebraska's actually playing pretty well. That should be a dogfight, but I think Nebraska wins that one outright.
Yep. Then of course you got those Jayhawks tonight -9.
Yeah, I look for Coach Self to be on them guys after that performance they had against West Virginia, squeaking one out at home. I think they'll come out and show out a little bit against Texas Tech tonight.
Yeah, you would think, huh? You would think they would have them.
Yeah. Plus, you want to try to get a little momentum going into the Texas game Saturday. You don't want to lay an egg at home tonight. And it's senior night, last home game.
So,
and
then you start the tournament next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. So, or they're
should
Thursday.
Be rowdy in there tonight. That's on ESPN2 primetime game. So I think KU runs away in high tonight.
Yep. Then of course Arkansas +7. They're getting 7.
At Tennessee, I'm telling you, Arkansas. We've talked about this a little bit before. They should have beat Alabama last weekend at Alabama, and their offense can go. Tennessee's a little bit offensively challenged. I realize they are better in Knoxville than they are on the road, but Arkansas can go, and they're going to be one of my dark horses to make a strong run in the tournament.
Yes, they are. And then of course Seton Hall +1.5. That's not a lot.
No, and I kind of surprised that Villanova was even favored in that game. I haven't been impressed with Villanova at all this year, and I've caught them a few times on FS1, and they kind of take it back a little bit because they got dominated twice by Creighton. But Seton Hall's got a decent little squad. I think that's a short number on the road. I like Seton Hall to win outright.
Yeah, then you got NC State +1.5.
7.5.
Or 7.5. Sorry.
Yeah, that's at Duke tonight, and Duke is notorious before the Carolina game to lay an egg. So watch that game right there. They'll be peeking ahead to North Carolina, and that Carolina game's huge for North Carolina because they can't drop that one. They've got to win that one to get in. They win and they're in, I think.
Win and you're in.
Especially with Oklahoma State losing last night.
Yeah, that was
that helped Carolina with them going out, and I think Carolina's in. I wish West Virginia would have lost last night. That would have helped, but I think West Virginia with 5 quad 1 wins now, they're probably firmly in the tournament.
Yeah.
Unless they just completely lay an egg, and go bow out first in quarterfinals and lose their last game of the year, but. I mean, I'm not of the opinion that 18 and 15 gets you in the tournament.
It shouldn't get you in.
I could be wrong.
It shouldn't get you in, Drew. It should not get you in at that. At least I don't think so, and I agree. We're in 100% agreement on that. I just don't think if you're. I mean,
that's the eyeball test, and I'm a big proponent of the eyeball test, and I agree with you. I mean, the way they're playing right now, nobody wants to see them.
No, nobody wants to see them. And Drew, the way when you look at the different things, it's just like I just really don't get it. Now NBA, you have the Bucks -6 tonight.
Yeah, again, I think the Nets are a dumpster fire. I don't see how if the Bucks come out and play, Bucks are what, a 14-game win streak right now?
Yep, something crazy.
They should extend that tonight. I just don't see how the Nets are going to be able to compete.
Dude, you know what? And Middleton hasn't been Middleton since he came back from that injury, has he? And Drew
Nope.
Holiday, what a pickup that was by them because he
Yeah.
has just been ridiculous.
I like his game too. I like his game. He's tough.
Yeah, he is. He can go, dude. He can absolutely play. He can absolutely play. T-Wolves +7.
Yeah, that's the curse, the Russell Westbrook curse. I'm gonna take the T-Wolves. Give me the 7.
You're bad. Mavericks, I think you respond -7. Isn't that a lot, Drew?
You know, not really, not for them. They're so they can get up on you pretty quick, as was relevant Sunday. They were up 26 on a Laker before I even got my Stella out of the refrigerator.
Well, that until
But
Luka started doing Luka things.
yeah, then Lucas started playing street ball and jacking threes and throwing behind the back passes and let the Lakers back in it. It just snowballed on them. But like I said, that first quarter line -3. For you degenerates out there, that's the one. I look for the Mavericks. They're gonna have a bad. They're gonna want to get that taste out of their mouth of that lead they blew against the Lakers. I look for them to go up big first quarter.
Yep, agreed 100%. Then, of course, those Raptors, like you talked about, -4.
Again, they're just different. They're different up there. Chicago coming into town. I think Chicago's on the, to use a Lenardi term, on the bad side of the bubble. They're rolling downhill, and the Raptors are trending up. So Raptors are a good defensive team. Siakam's going to be tough to handle up there for Chicago, and Chicago's, to me, they burnt me too many times. They're just kind of faltering down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree. Then you
And
take
my Hawks are coming back. So watch out.
And then, of course, to round it off, you have the Lakers and the Grizzlies over 230.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lakers without LeBron, they're going to have to get out and run, use their youth, and get out in the open floor and do that 4 surrounding AD and get up and down. And I think that's the only way they can stay in the game. And if that's the case, then it's going to go over pretty easy, I think.
Yep, I agree. It's gonna be tight when you do that. Now
they're not gonna be any backing somebody down to the goal like LeBron does and living at the free throw line. The Lakers are gonna have to be making shots and they have to be getting out and running on the floor. So, but it's a bad matchup tonight. I don't really like this game. Lakers coming off that big comeback. We'll see.
Yeah, at Memphis too, and then having to turn around and have a back-to-back against with Oklahoma City.
And if they get down, they're down 15-20 going into the fourth quarter. They may hit the brakes and pull everybody.
Yep. Now in Big 12 tomorrow, Drew, you got OU at Kansas State and then Texas at TCU. How big is that Texas TCU game tomorrow?
Texas TCU game. That's be a game of the night. TCU, I mean, they're playing pretty well, and they'll want to beat Texas for sure. They'll want to knock Texas out of the Big 12 championship, running, because if they lose that, then KU would clinch.
Yeah.
If KU wins tonight, they clinch a share.
Yep, they're going to clinch a share. I believe they're going to win tonight. I do believe that.
That's another reason why I like KU tonight against Tech. Not only senior night, but they win, they clinch a share of the Big 12 regular season championship. They probably go ahead and, to me, I think KU, unless they just got blown out tonight, lost to Texas, and then lost first round of the Big 12 championship, I think KU is cemented in the number 1 seed in the Midwest.
Agreed, 100%. And that's going to be so those KU fans be able to go to Kansas City,
Des Moines, and then Kansas City.
Des Moines and Kansas City. And NCAA players, they're not stupid. They want to the closest fans can get to travel.
Yep.
The more people they get. And KU travels really well and always have when it comes to basketball. So now in NFL news, Drew, to switch gears completely. How about Daniel Snyder wants the NFL owners to indemnify him against future legal liabilities and costs? and then he will go ahead and put the team up for sale. Really? That's
what you call leverage.
No, that's what you call running about. The other NFL owners now, they just think he's absurd and ludicrous. And now he's leaving them at the point where they can just go vote him out. They don't want to really do that, but they can just go vote him out. They're like, look, just step down and move on.
That's just him being him.
He's arrogant. He doesn't want to get out. But the fight is going between Jeff Bezos and Tillman Fertitta, the Houston owner of the Rockets. They're waiting to bid on
Mhm.
them. I'm waiting to bid on them. Who do you think is going to win that battle? I don't think if Bezos wants it.
Amazon.
If Bezos wants it, Fertitta can't get it. Don't you
Yeah.
think? If he wants it,
Amazon's gonna win. What do they make, like 400 million a day
yeah.
or
But the
something like
question, well,
that?
that's if he wants it. The question is if he's going to want it. Does he really want it
Yeah.
that bad? I mean, but
Yeah, I mean,
What's up, boys?
I
Line
guess
change.
if he needs a
what's up,
hobby.
Benny? Yeah, if he needs another hobby. But I mean, the NFL to me is the most prestigious of all the ownership groups of every sport, except maybe soccer. I'm talking about the Manchester United or somebody like that. But don't you think the
Right.
NFL, other than Premier League, I guess?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the most prestigious group. I mean, it's the most secluded group too. Only 32 of them.
Yeah,
So.
the NBA has 30. How many does hockey have, Ben? Teams.
32.
32. So, but it's just like the NFL. They tend to be. They are the. I mean, baseball owners don't. I mean, NFL owners seem to have the most power of all ownership groups as far as controlling what happens.
Yeah, they definitely make the most too, though.
Oh, they make the most.
Well, and you don't see NFL teams come up for sale very often.
No, they don't.
I mean, it's not like there's a team for sale every year.
Well, actually, it has been lately, hasn't it? I mean, you had the Denver Broncos last year, and then who'd you have?
I mean, you kind of got an old guard changing right now. You got these teams of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, that have been good. The owners are kind of running a cycle. It's cyclical. Dallas is going to be the next one, except Jerry ain't going to sell. He's going to keep it in the family.
Well, the same thing with the Patriots. Robert Kraft's kid, son will take over, who's already running it pretty much now as it is.
Yeah. It looks like, all these kind of older franchises are all kind of running through their family members.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the Denver Broncos, for whatever reason, did not have his will and stuff in order to have it passed down. And you would think that he would have done that. You know what I'm saying? You would think.
That's dropping the ball.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And, but what did they get? $5 billion? $5.5 billion?
They'll be all right.
I mean, okay, did his kids really care about it? I guess they were. I guess they were fighting over it. The brother and sister were fighting over ownership. So I guess so. But
$5 billion would alleviate some worries.
I think they were worth quite a bit as it was. I mean, you know what I mean? I think they were. I don't think you're an NFL owner if you're not a multi-billionaire, as it is. But
yeah, right. Exactly. You were probably pretty well to do before that.
Yeah.
I think Jim Irsay bought the Colts for $1 million, wasn't it, from his father?
Yeah, yes, but his father bought the Colts, the original Colts, in Baltimore, and then moved them. So, yeah, but I mean that was totally different. I mean that was here we got to sell it to you. Here, let me sell it to you, and just so there's no, whatever.
Yeah, I know he started out as like a ball boy there too, and everything. Like he worked his way up from everything. Which is pretty sweet. Now he owns a team and took over his father's money, but good for him. That's
well,
nice.
I think he was always going to own the team. I mean, if you have a son or daughter, pretty much they're going to run the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's kind of how that's going.
That's what he's doing with his daughter. I know his daughter's been on the sideline with. I think his daughter's name's Carly Irsay. She's been on the sideline with headsets on.
Well, she needs to do it now.
She has been. She was there last year.
No, I'm saying she needs to take it over now.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to take it over now from him. I'm like, but I'm sorry. He makes decisions, because they had to talk him down from hiring Jeff Saturday full time. What are you thinking? You can't hire him full time. I mean,
I agree with you.
The fan base would have went ballistic had he done that.
Oh yeah.
They would have absolutely gone ballistic. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and do our NFL deals this week. Okay, we're going to do the AFC North. Okay, we're going to start out with the Bengals. Okay. Of course, they got the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers, obviously. Now, they have, y'all ready? They have the Texans. The Texans.
Win.
Colts.
Win.
Rams.
Win.
Seahawks.
Win.
Ooh, Gino's Pizza's open.
Oh, my God. Y'all, okay. We're not
They
doing
might not cover.
No, we're
They
not.
might not cover.
We're not doing that
But
this year.
I'm
We're
giving
not
the
doing
win.
that this year. Okay, we're not doing the you and Ben.
Gino's Pizza.
You and Ben, we're not doing that. Ben, I'm not listening to you and Drew and Gino's Pizza again this whole year. I'm not doing it. The Vikings.
I'm gonna give them another win if it's at home.
That's at home.
Yep, home
Yep.
games.
Yeah, I'll give them a win.
And then the Bills.
Loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5-1 at home.
Okay, then you've got away games. You have at the Cardinals.
They could go 6. They could go 6-0 at home.
Yeah, they definitely could, but I think they might drop one here somewhere.
Okay, y'all had you have Cardinals at
win
in Phoenix
Win.
or Glendale, wherever.
Yep.
Jaguars.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm gonna give him a loss there.
Okay, Niners.
We'll go with the win.
Niners. I'm gonna give him another loss.
That's a loss there.
Titans.
Win.
Yep.
Chiefs.
Win or loss. Loss.
I think the Chiefs are
2
going to
and
handle.
3.
I think the Chiefs are going to handle their business with them after they did the
I gotta
Burrowhead
go
thing.
I gotta go in 3-2 on the away games.
Yeah, the Burrowhead thing. They started something there they shouldn't have started.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cardinals. Cardinals at home.
Okay. That's a win.
Yep.
Packers.
Ooh, that's a loss.
Loss.
Jaguars.
Loss.
That's gonna be a close one though. I'll give him a win.
Patriots.
Win.
Ooh. Win.
Niners.
Loss.
That's it. Loss.
Titans.
It's a win.
Okay.
I got them as a loss there.
Yeah, I've got them beating the Cardinals, beating the Packers, beating the Jaguars, beating the Patriots, losing to the Niners, and beating the Titans.
I got them losing to the Packers and the Niners, so I got them going 4-2 at home.
Texans away game. First away game is at Houston.
To win.
So, whose schedule is this?
Steelers.
Yeah, that's a win.
At the Colts.
That's a win.
Yep, 2-0. At the Raiders.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna give them a loss because I think they'll either lose to the Colts or the Raiders.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the loss there as well. Rams.
Loss.
Yeah.
I think that's a W. I think the Rams are going to be a dumpster fire again. Seahawks, Gino's Pizza at Gino's Pizza.
Pizza is open.
That's a loss.
That's a loss.
Yep.
Are y'all serious right now? Another loss, huh? Okay. Now we have the Chargers. Okay. First game.
I'm gonna give another L. That's gonna be a tough.
No. This is the Chargers schedule. At home, first home game away, or not a normal out of conference team. The Bills at home.
Loss.
That's a loss.
I think that's a W. Dolphins.
On the road,
Loss.
or these are home
these
games?
are home games.
Oh, home games? I think they'll beat them at home.
I'm gonna give them a win.
Yeah, me too. Bears.
Win.
Yep.
Lions.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give them a loss there. I think the Lions are gonna come out. They're gonna win one.
I'm gonna give them a win.
I'm gonna give them a loss as well. Cowboys.
Loss.
Why don't y'all just try to be more in unison, okay? Loss. I'm gonna give them a W. Ravens.
Loss.
That's gonna be a tough game right there. I'm gonna take the Chargers there with a W.
I'm gonna take the Ravens. Away games. First away game at the Patriots.
That's a loss.
Ooh, yeah. Yep. I think I'm with that.
I think Belichick gets them. At the Jets.
Win.
Yep. I think I like. They're gonna go 1-1 in those two games. So I like the same 3-5.
1-1. Packers and Green Bay.
That's a loss.
Loss. Vikings away.
Loss.
Win. I think there's going to be a primetime game. Titans.
Loss.
Man. Yeah, I'm going to go another loss.
Yeah, I'm going to go a win there. I think they'll be.
I got
Because it depends on who the hell the Titans have as quarterback.
Yeah.
We don't know who they're going to have as quarterback. Then, of course,
like Derrick Henry can change the whole game by himself. So if you got that token locked down, I think you're good.
Okay, Vegas, the Raiders, first home game. Patriots.
To win.
The Raiders.
The Raiders home. The Raiders home against the Patriots.
Oh, they're at home.
Yeah, they're at home.
Oh, I'm going Patriots with a W there.
Okay,
so that's going to be an L for the. I'm going to L for the Raiders.
Me too. Dolphins.
It's a home game. Dolphins. I'm gonna give them a win.
I'm gonna go win as well. I think they'll go 1-1 in those two games. I'm not sure which one they'll come out.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are going to get. I think Tyreek loves to play in Vegas. Jets.
Who doesn't?
Win.
Yeah, I got the Jets winning that one, so I got them 1-2.
Okay, Packers. I got them lose. I got them winning that game as well. Packers.
Yep. I'm gonna go with a loss as well.
Think Aaron Rodgers.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All those Packers fans are looking for an excuse to go to Vegas. It's gonna be all green in that entire stadium. It's gonna be one. They're gonna be 1-3 right there.
Vikings.
There's a loss.
I think so too.
Loss. Steelers. We already picked that. We picked that up. We picked them. You picked them losing to the Steelers earlier in the Steelers deal. You had the Steelers beating the Raiders earlier.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stick with
it. Giants.
Oof, that's a loss.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they did. Yeah, they got pretty much everybody back. I think I'm with you on that.
Then
I got 2 and 4.
Away games. First away game at the Bears.
Right, 2 and 5. At the Bears, that's a W. 3 and 5 for me.
Okay, I got them W for the Bears. Well, actually, it's going to depend on when it is. To be honest with you, the Bills.
It's a loss.
Loss.
I got a loss.
At Miami.
Another loss.
Yeah, I give them a loss.
Lions.
Give them a W there. Lions W. It's 3 and 8.
Yep. I do that.
Loss. And then Colts to round it out.
Win.
Oh, look at you. Win, huh? Win, baby. Just win, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be. Then tomorrow we're going to do the other part of the NFC North, which, of course, are the Ravens and the Browns tomorrow. And then we're going to do the NFC West so we can talk about your Geno's Pizza and your Seattle Seahawks. So we'll talk about them tomorrow, whatever.
Special topics coming out this season. Free delivery.
Is that what we're doing? Dude, it's over with. Y'all need to give up on that. You need to give up on that. Now, in NHL scores last night, the Wings beat the Senators beat the Wings 6-2.
Yeah, I think this one kind of put the last nail in the coffin for the Wings. I think they're out of the playoffs now, but we'll see. But a little bit of ways to go.
Yep. Then, of course, your Bruins took care of the Oilers 3-2. You said it was going to be a great game.
Yeah, McJesus had 2 goals, puts him at 50. First part of the season at 50. It's always good to see some guys get there. It's good for jersey sales, all that kind of stuff. But good win against a good team for my Bees there.
Yeah, my Stars in a tough overtime loss to the Canucks 5-4.
That was a hell of an important point, though. In hockey, instead of basketball, you still get a point if you get the overtime loss. So that point was huge. Good thing they got that one. 2 bad games in net for Otter. Otter, Jake Ottinger, your goalie there for the Stars. He's had a couple of rough goes here lately. Hopefully he can turn this around before the playoffs start.
Agreed. And the G-Knights lost to the Avalanche 3-0.
Yeah, I believe that's 6 in a row wins for the Avs. They're starting to creep up a little bit. They're rolling. I think they're only 2 points behind your Stars, so gotta keep your head up there. That was a good point, though, if they still got them.
Yeah, we need to do that. Okay, then the Ducks. Drew, the almighty Ducks beat the Blackhawks 4-2.
Boy, that's an upset.
Yeah, but both these teams holding on to the cellar. So, I mean, both these two teams are the very worst teams. They're those guys that you want holding the storm shelter. Both these teams are just at the bottom of the barrel right now, so that was a who cares for me.
You guys are really hard, man. Y'all shouldn't be rough like that. That's just really hard, dude. Y'all are not very nice. Y'all are not very nice people. That's all I can say about you two. But anyway, we've got some, and we have a full slate in hockey tonight, though. We close this out real quick before I get out of here, so I can go coach these kids at 3:30. But we've got a full. We have a full slate in hockey. I can get up to it. Hey Drew, what are you? We're supposed to be keeping track of what you are this week. What are you this week? 4-2.
Oh, I'm about 500. I'm about 5.
Well, no. Well, yesterday was the first game, so you were 5. What are you 5-2?
5-2 last night.
Yep, for this week. Yeah.
So you're 5-2 for this week.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. I was wondering what you were this week because I know there was right there. I'm having issues trying to find my hockey deal today. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, no worries.
Okay, the Panthers at the Lightning.
Yep, Lightning trying to get this home ice over these Leafs. Those Leafs that just traded, they bulked up. You know, they took the Blues captain, they took a couple other guys, got another trade in. So this one should be pretty good with the Lightning. I think these Panthers kind of a good playoff field tonight.
The Wings at the Senators.
Yep, Wings have the edge in goalies here, but I do like the Wings tonight. We'll see. The Senators are kind of playing spoiler at this point, so hopefully the Wings get another W. But I do like Saros in that there.
And those Blue Jackets, those pesky Blue Jackets, and the Sabres.
Jeez. Yeah, the Sabres need a win. I really do like them. Money line and regulation. I do like them tonight. I think they'll take on the Blue Jackets pretty easily. I think they'll easily handle them. So I do like the star power for the Sabres a little bit more.
Well, who do you like tonight? My mythical Kraken or Drew's Blues tonight?
The Blues.
Man, I could easily see this one going into overtime. Kraken have lost 3 in a row. Blues have lost 5 in a row. Someone's going to win, but I could see it going into overtime.
Well, they're in St. Louis. Is that going to help the Blues playing at home?
They have all these guys got new letters on their jerseys. Some of these young kids that they're trading around. It's going to be tough for this Blue. Like I would think that the Kraken would win, but it's just because of the fact that it is in St. Louis. And they're all going to have, all these young guys that are coming in, they're getting a bite, they're getting a try, they're getting some minutes. They're going to be working their tails off. Yep. So, when you have teams that trade guys like this, it is kind of tough to go into their home barn like that and go see them. So this one should be close. I don't think any team will win by puck line, but I would lean towards the Blues on this one, just because Bennington is in net.
Yep, Islanders at the Wild.
Yep. This one should also have a big playoff feel to it. The Islanders traded for Bo Horvat earlier in the year. He's had a couple of goals since he traded over there. The Wild, they're hanging on. They're trying to move under that Eastern Conference wild card. They're trying to stay solidified there. So this one should be pretty good. I imagine this will be low scoring, kind of a banger.
And then the Kings at the Jets.
Yep. Another big game for this Western playoff picture with your stars and everything like that. The Jets have dropped 3 spots in the last 2 days, and the Wild have jumped a spot. So this one should be a good one. The Kings and Jets are both fighting for home ice advantage.
Penguins at the Predators.
Yeah, Preds have been selling everybody they got. So I like the Pens. They're pushing for the wild card here. The only thing that scares me is Saros in net for the Predators. He's one of the best goalies in the world. He's world class, but I do like the Pens here tonight if you can get them at a money line at a decent price.
The Bruins at the Flames.
Yeah, they're on their Canadian swing. They went from Seattle to Vancouver, then last night the Oilers, and then now they're over here in Calgary. They've won 7 in a row. I don't know if you saw that goalie goal that I sent you guys not too long ago, but that was Olmark. If he's in net tonight, I do like them to make it at 8. But he's the first goalie to score a goalie goal since, I think, 2019. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so you have the Sabres. You're taking the Sabres tonight in regulation and the Bruins?
Yeah, I'm going to take both those. And then I'm waiting just on, I think the Pens. I think I'm going to take the Pens as well. Money line, but I'm just going to take that with overtime included. I don't think I'm going to take that one in regulation.
Okay, then we have the Beehawks and the Yotes.
Yeah, it's kind of a who cares. The Yotes are actually playing themselves out of they're playing themselves out of the lottery, which is kind of insane. Lots of NHL teams say they don't tank, and this is kind of like one of those proven points. These guys could have, they're in that 4,000 seat arena. They're still just fighting to win every game. They're doing everything. But
so they're not like they're not like in the NFL and NBA. That's what you're saying.
Nope, they're winning themselves out of it. They could have easily went and got one of the best players to come up since Connor McDavid, and they're literally winning too many games. And everybody's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, why are you doing this?" But they just keep playing.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
And the Canadians and the Sharks.
Yeah, this is my last who cares of the night. But yeah, I mean, both these teams. Once again, the Sharks are trying not to win, but they're going to end up playing hard. All these teams, even whenever you try to do these puck lines and stuff on these teams that should be in the bottom of the barrel, they end up winning, and you're like, how the hell is this happening? It's just because I feel like a lot of the hockey players don't try to tank.
How do you guys feel about?
They're all trying to get their next paycheck.
How do you guys feel about that? That fans are now okay with tanking? Isn't that weird? I mean, they used to hate it. Isn't that strange? How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, my thing is, I definitely am way against it. But if it's a guy like LeBron or Sidney Crosby or you know what I'm saying, like
or Wembanyama,
like a next level, Shohei Ohtani. Like if you're going out to like do it for guys like that, and there's only a few games left, I get it. But I don't get it at like 40 games or like 30 games left. Like, some of these teams that were supposed to be way out of the playoffs still have a chance if you really, buckle down. Like that's what the Blues did when they did their playoff run. I think they won like 18 out of 24 games or something like that, and they ended up making the playoffs and they ended up winning the cup. It's like you still have time to make it, so that's why I don't understand it. But I get it at a certain point.
Drew,
man, I don't know. As if I was a season ticket holder or something like that, I would be really outraged. But if your team's in, got it locked up, and you want to rest some of your players or something like that. But if you're just tanking just to get a draft pick, I don't know. I don't like it.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with the NBA. You're not guaranteed that. I mean, the Houston Rockets had the worst record, and they ended up finishing second. So at least the NBA is like, look, you can tank all you want to. That doesn't mean that you're going to get it because let's face it, Houston wanted it, but they finished third? And we finished ahead of them, and so did Orlando. And let's face it, Houston wanted Chet. The question is, Drew, who do you think we would have taken?
For what you say, they were taking Chet.
No, I'm saying if Houston would have taken Chet, which they were going to, who do you think the Thunder would have taken? Jabari?
Man, that's tough.
Jabari or Banchero?
Oh, Banchero for sure.
I think that, I feel like they have an obsession with guys like that.
I just think that Orlando did their homework. They talked to Jalen Suggs, and Suggs is like, Chet is not going to be the guy to get us to the next level. Banchero is. And for Oklahoma City, just for them to overlook that, I'm like, I don't understand the fascination with him. I just don't. But we shall see next year, and I hope I'm wrong, even though I haven't been wrong in a long time, so I don't believe I am. Actually, as soon as I say that, I'm going to be wrong. As soon as you get cocky,
he's going to average 25 and
right.
15.
And but you know what? I'm okay with that. If you average 25 and 15 and we win, we win in the conference and we're up in the top 6 or 7, I'm good with that. I have no issues with us winning whatsoever. But I don't believe that's going to happen, and you don't either. I mean, you really don't. You're running your mouth just to mess with me, but you really don't believe that. And I'm not going to even ask Ben because I know for sure.
I think he's going to wear 42.
Anyways, all right. It was good seeing you, talking to you guys today. That was my guy, Drew Hinthorn, obnoxious as he is.
Go Big Red!
And my guy, High Stick Harry, giving us his breakdown for hockey. Thank you, Ben.
Cheers, boys. You guys have a good one.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Been on fire this week. Let's go.
Hey, Drew, remember, we're going to be at the bank at YMB Thursday. Your mom just sent me a text.
Thursday.
So instead of last Thursday, because my knee is better. So I'll see you. We're going to be at the bank Thursday.
Sounds good.
And tomorrow we're going to be, Should we do Rococo's or Ned's?
Got to be at Ned's.
Well, I got a Ned's hat on right now, so we got to figure that out. All right. I appreciate you guys. My guy, Ben Dillman and Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Appreciate everybody for watching us today. Everybody be safe. Enjoy this beautiful weather.